So today I have the immense pleasure to welcome Megan Koufos from Australia. And Megan's an intuitive child whisperer, and I love the sound of that. And I've been connecting with Megan a couple of months back, and it just feels like I don't know if you've been to her website, but it just shines a beautiful light. So I'm really happy to have you with me today. Welcome, Megan. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, honey. Thank you for having me. Such an honour to be here, so I really appreciate it. Hi, everyone.
Yay! And so I would love to know a little bit more about you, your journey, who you are, and the work you do, because it sounds really, really interesting and needed.
Okay, my journey started probably about 5 years ago when I became a mum. I'd always had a burning desire inside of me to do something more, to do something different, and I was stuck in a corporate job, so. After I had my baby, I loved being at home with him, but the thought of really returning to the corporate world was like this big dark cloud that kind of, you know, it was over my head, like this big dark cloud that I didn't want to go back to. And, I felt guilty for wanting more. I felt guilty for wanting to do more. I thought that being a mum and staying at home with my baby should have been enough for me. So I threw myself into being a mum, being the best mum that I possibly could. And as a result, I really forgot about looking after myself. And as a result of that, when he was 5 months old, I was diagnosed with postnatal depression. And, from that time, I got pregnant with my daughter, and my depression really lasted all the way through her pregnancy and her birth. And it was probably about when she was around 5 months old that I was at the lowest, darkest point that I could possibly get. And, you know, I I couldn't go much further, and I was really, I had a bad experience where I was driving with my kids in the car, and I visualised actually going over to the other side of the road and into the oncoming traffic and basically ending it all. And so that, I pulled over and I burst into tears because it was pretty horrific that I could even fathom something like that. And, um, I prayed. I don't know what I prayed to. I'd never really, ventured into the sort of spiritual realm. I always knew there was something there, but I just, I prayed for it to get better. And then the next day I started walking and I started exercising and I started really looking after myself. And, started down the road of doing personal development and slowly started learning about connecting with my angels and about the archangels, and slowly started doing angel card readings for myself. And, just everything probably really opened up for me when I did a spiritual development course and started really getting in touch with my psychic abilities and, getting back into connection with crystals and things like that. And it was, I guess you could call my spiritual awakening. So, and from there it's kind of just really evolved into, learning about crystals and doing crystal healing and really working with the angels and things like that. And then, the work that I really do now in terms of connecting with kids has always been at the back of my mind. I've always loved children. I've always wanted to work, just have lots of kids. I've always wanted a big family. And so it was kind of just a natural progression that I started working with mums who were going through tough times. And then it's probably only been this year that I've really embraced the fact that I really want to work with kids, and that is you know, where I just have a natural ability to really understand what is going on with kids. I find it really easy to tune into kids, and let parents know really what's going on in their world, and giving them strategies to really help understand their kids as well. So that's kind of been my journey. It's a continual journey, and always learning and always growing and stuff. So yeah, but it's beautiful. I love the work that I do, and I consider it such an honour. So yeah, that's really where I am at the moment.
Wow, what a journey. And it's so beautiful that you can share this as well with other women, because I think so many women go through these phases of like being at home with the kids and trying to be everything for them and thinking it's going to be enough. And then when we see other doing this, or what we think that they are doing, then we feel bad because we're not good enough, instead of saying, well, maybe this is good for me. Maybe I need something else, instead of trying to live up to an image of something. And being a mom, we have such pressure to be like perfect and do things in a certain way. And everyone seems to think we should do things in a certain way. And there's so many ways of being a mom too. And like finding your own way, and trusting that it's okay, and that you have the answers, and that you can ask for support and you can receive it. And I think that's such a like valuable lesson to learn, isn't it? And it's just like we learn so much with our kids. And I think it's
Oh,
beautiful the work you do as well, like with connecting with the kids, because sometimes because they're so close to us, we know that something's not quite right, but it's sometimes hard to know what you need to give your child, or what they need, or where they're at, because they just seem so evolved. Like the kids are just like, wow, they're just really, really like these big souls. And I find it sometimes hard to guide my kids to where they need to go, because it feels like they're here and I'm like kind of here. So it's
but it's
wonderful to have someone else do that.
and it's and it's also that we're so we're emotionally invested in with our kids. When we've got so much emotion behind it, that can really overtake, that sort of quiet voice of our soul, and that intuition. And it's just really about, being able to give mums that confirmation a lot of the times that they already may intuitively know, but they don't trust it. Which I just, which is such a beautiful thing that I feel that I can do. So it's, it's the gift that I can give to families. It's a gift that I can give to our kids, and to parents as well, and to mums as well. So it's a beautiful honour to be able to do that work.
Oh, I'm sure you do that so well, because you're so like really intuitive and really kind of listening in, and yeah, I can just kind of feel that, especially with the kids. And if you have that natural connection already, I think that's beautiful, because kids don't open up to anyone, do they? They're really
No, that's it. And it's, and the thing is with a lot of the kids that are coming through now is they can see when someone's, because they're so intuitive, they can tune in to when someone is standing in their truth.
Yeah.
They know if you're telling the truth. They know if you're not telling the truth. And a lot of them, they've got what I say, automatic BS detectors. So they, they can immediately sense if you're standing in your truth and if you're not. And a lot of them won't have a lot of tolerance or anything. So it's beautiful to actually watch a child and how they interact with people, because it can give you a really good understanding of the nature of people as well, because kids are so open, and they just won't have any tolerance for it, or the beautiful spiritual and sensitive kids that are coming through now. So it's they're amazing teachers. They're our best teachers, I think.
Yeah, because they have this sort of simple, straightforward way of looking at life, and at the same time they're super wise. Like, it's just amazing the things they say and how they feel and how they intuitively sense things, and it's just so spot on. And they don't doubt themselves as much as we do, where they go, am I really right in feeling this? And how will this person feel if I feel this? They just go, this is how I feel. Which
Exactly.
is great, isn't it? It's just what we need.
Exactly. We need it. Yeah, that's it. We need more people in the world who'll just say it as they see it. Instead of just beating around the bush or sort ofs and half truths. It's really a beautiful, beautiful thing that they bring through. So
Yeah, definitely. And so, since kind of the theme of this video series is like how different people connect with spirit, I was a bit curious to know how do you connect with spirit, or in your work or in your personal life as well, in what you do?
yeah, I always do a meditation before I do my work. It's always a beautiful grounding and centering meditation, but I also work within the Akashic realm. So within that realm, there are also Akashic record guides that I connect in with as well. I also have, it's almost like a representation of my soul. The way that I actually connect in with my soul, I have been given like a being to connect in with, who is actually like a male representation of my soul. And that is a really, really beautiful process of just really connecting in and trusting and handing everything over. So there's a couple of ways that I really do it. But in terms of, it's not something that, intuition and connecting with spirit and things like that isn't something that I consciously do, if that makes sense. It's something that is just always there. It's something that, since I have sort of turned on, it's something that is always with me. And I sometimes want to turn it down.
Yeah.
I sometimes wish that I could turn it down. But I often find that once that channel is open, it's quite hard to tune out. And what I will often have to do is doing things like placing a gold disc over my crown chakra or stuff like that, or having a shower to actually disconnect, because the channel becomes quite open. So, but for me, it's just really meditating. I find that when I'm outside a lot is when I really can connect with spirit, in terms of getting really grounded into Mother Earth and connecting with because I connect a lot with the earth spirits as well, and with the animal spirits as well. So connecting with them really helps when I go outside, and being under the moon helps as well, which is all those beautiful things. In terms of really helping with intuition, there's actually a beautiful game that I like to play with my kids, because of, all the kids that are coming through are so sensitive, they're so open now. I think it's really important that we help with, keeping that beautiful channel to spirit open for them. And so some of the ways that I do that with my kids are, I have a beautiful angel protection prayer that I say every night, which is just really about connecting them in with the white light, and, just connecting them with the angels as well. So I bring in the angels for protection and stuff like that. There's also a beautiful game that we play, and it's what I call the intuition game. And, when your kids are running around and they're looking for something and they can't find it, and everyone's getting so flustered and so annoyed and things like that. Well, what I will often say to them is okay, we go, all right, now let's just sit down. So we sit down and we take a couple of deep breaths. And then I ask them to close their eyes and just visualize their heart opening like a flower, and taking their attention into their heart and just really, centering in that space. And then just in their mind asking, where is my shoe, or where is my bag, or where is that piece of paper I'm looking for, or whatever they're trying to find. And then whatever word pops in, or whatever sensation they get, or whatever picture they get, depending on how they receive their guidance, I just tell them to trust that, and then to go and have a look and see if what they're looking for is in that spot. And it can take a couple of goes. It can take a little bit of just really them getting used to the process and stuff. But more often than not, especially my daughter, she will go, oh, and she'll open her eyes and she'll run away and she'll go and get it and she'll find it instantly. So that's a really, really beautiful way to just help them building up their intuition and keeping that channel open as well. So there's some of the things that I do.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to do that with my kids. And it's also a great way to get them out of that sort of buzzy, annoyed feeling when they go, oh, I want to play with this, I can't find it. And they run around, just to stop and just try to find it with a quiet mind, right?
Yeah, that's it. And it's, because our intuition's like a muscle, so it's, it can take a little bit of time to sort of build it up and to get used to it. But we also do, I'll hide things around the house for them. We'll take objects and we'll hide things, so we'll practice it as well. So when we're not in those high stress situations, when we're just having a bit of fun, we'll do treasure hunts around the house with our intuition, and see if they can find it and stuff like that. And they give them clues as if they're warmer or things like that. So that can also really help to just create a bit more fun to it when you're not sort of stressed and looking for something. So.
Yeah. And it's always great to have fun and playing, and because that's what kids teach us too, isn't it? To have fun with the work we do. Because having us working on your intuition doesn't have to be let's be serious. We have to be on top of a mountain. Like it can be
Exactly.
fun.
That's it. That's the thing that, especially for as mums, when we can inject that fun into our lives and inject that fun into connecting with spirit and, the energy work and things like that. It just, being outside, running around, it helps everyone. It helps, like, that's really how we heal our hearts, is through fun. If things have been really serious and things have been a bit down and stuff like that, things have been a bit heavy, it's always go outside and kick a ball, or cuddle your kids, or play chasey, or, just do something fun, and it just seems to lighten the load. So I think fun's really, really important. It's one of the most important things that we can do to, really help with that soulful connection with our kids as well. Because that's how they see the world. They see the world as fun. They see, everything is fun to them. Mud, absolutely everything is fun to them. And I think that, as mums and as we sort of grow up, we can sometimes lose that fun quality with ourselves. So yeah, that's really important to hold on to as well. And just be silly and be goofy, and they don't care. They'll love you more for it.
Yeah, they love that. And I do feel that sometimes when you get too serious, it's like you're closing down that flow in your life, right? So just having fun, it's like it kind of opens up those doors again, and then things start flowing, and they just seem different. So it just feel like one of those really, really important spiritual practices, to have fun and to do like go on adventures or do unexpected things. And sometimes as a parent, you're in the sort of structured life, right? You get up at a certain time, you get the kids ready, you go to school, like so just like mixing it all up and just having a great time. It is really good, and it gives you this bubble of um, time outside of time somehow, doesn't it? Where you're just having a great
Yeah,
time, you're not thinking about all the stuff you have to do or anything else. And then when you
yeah,
come back to it, it feels different because you're much lighter.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, completely.
Yay, so for more fun. So, well, great. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And then, yeah, I'm sure that the people who are watching this are going to enjoy playing with their kids and exploring this intuition game as well. I know I'm going to try that with mine and see how it goes.
Cool.
So thank you so much. And then there's a link below to your website if you want to go and check her out. And you blog and you do all sorts of stuff. And then you have like different soul maps for kids as well. I saw, and for the whole family. And then just if
Yeah,
you need any kind of support with your children, because I think that's
yeah,
really great, and it's great to feel confident about like being a good enough parent for your child, even when we feel like they're like so evolved and intuitive, and that they know all this stuff already. Just be able to
yeah.
have tools and support to guide them and feel confident doing it.
Yeah, that's it. And one of the most important things I always say to parents is to know that if they ever take anything away from working with me, because a lot of the times we as parents, we can worry about whether we're doing a good job, whether we're doing this or we've made a mistake or something. And what I always say to my clients is that you are perfect for your child in every way. Because just as you have chosen them to be your kids, they've chosen you to be their parents. And so with all of your, with everything on your journey, with all of your challenges and all of your experiences, you've both chosen to be with each other within this lifetime, and it's a beautiful divine co-creation of the highest order that has often been, it was decided before you were born, and a lot of the times it's been, lifetimes in the making. So one of the most important things as parents is to know that we're perfect for our kids, no matter where we are in our journeys, because we've both chosen each other to be with each other. So I think that's really important, that we always remember that. We always go back to it, that,
Yeah.
all of the things we go through, it's, we're perfect for each other. So
Ah, that's beautiful. It's such a powerful message. It feels like you can kind of breathe out, right? Go, okay, so even if I'm not perfect, I'm still perfect for my child for what he or she has to learn in this life, and they're perfect for me for what I have to
yeah,
learn in this life, right? And then we do our best, and
absolutely.
it's enough, and it's yeah, and we're just
Yeah,
as we are, and so are they, and that's perfect.
absolutely.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for coming. And I hope everyone enjoyed the interview with you. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you again.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It was such an honor. Thank you,
Oh,
darling.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.